Charles, are you following me? What are you doing, Charles? You're not going to try to attack me when my back is turned, are you? I've got your number, Charles. So continuing with my pattern of having absolutely no consistency when I do the intros to these videos, here I am, hanging out with my chickens and eating a keto cookie. Anyway, we're just going to jump right into it. I know the reason you're here. We're going to go right into the game that I know you're all here for. So Dead Cells wound up getting a Portmaster release the very first day of the month. I think it was even early in the morning, too. So I had a lot of people upset that my last video had missed Dead Cells by just one day. But it's better late than never. And if you think that you're planning on only being here for Dead Cells, I ask that you watch the rest of the video, because not only are there some other good ports, but another one of the games that I'm going to be featuring is also made by the same lead developer of Dead Cells. So he has two games on Portmaster this month. So Dead Cells, for most of you, is probably going to need no introduction. Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania action platformer where you explore an ever-changing castle, fighting through procedurally generated levels with tight, fluid combat and a vast array of weapons and abilities. Death is permanent, but progression carries over. This port notably works with the base game, but as well as all of the DLC, using either the Steam version or the GOG version. Prior to this Portmaster release, I had only ever owned the Android version of Dead Cells, and I never actually really played it. But at the start of this month, there was a big GOG sale where I got the base game and all of its DLC pretty cheap, and if you had been subscribed to this channel, you could have seen a post about that and gotten it for yourself as well. Because it is no longer on sale on GOG, and there was also a Steam Spring sale, and it's no longer on sale there either. If you're wondering why I'm doing the review of this game on my RG35XXH as opposed to the TrimUI Brick like I normally do my reviews on, I tried many times to get Dead Cells to work on my Brick. I tried using two different firmwares even, NextUI and Spruce OS, and I couldn't get it to... I could just never get it to actually compile on that device. As far as how the game runs on like a H700 chipset, which I'm running it on, it's the only thing I could get it to work on. Not that I have a ton of devices for testing. The load times are a little bit slow, but it's really not bad. 30 seconds maybe to generate the level. And then there's just like a couple of graphical things that aren't quite right. Like the zombies appear a little bit glitchy. And whenever you view skins in the menu, when you view skins in the menu, they're glitchy, but if you actually put them on your character, they appear fine. Or like maybe every so often there'll be some text that's, you know, cut off on the left and right side because it's meant for a 16:9 display. Just little things. For the most part, it works, you know, perfectly. And I haven't had any issues with this port other than my lack of skill. I can't say why exactly, but I really didn't have very high hopes for this game. But it wound up pleasantly surprising me. I'm not saying a D-pad is the best for playing Plants vs. Zombies. I'm used to, you know, using a mouse. But it really worked. It worked fine. I was a huge fan of Plants vs. Zombies back in the day. You know, before EA bought it anyway. And this is a fan game that's supposed to have a harder difficulty than the base game. And you know how fan games are. Sometimes fan games are absolutely glorious, like Pokemon Unbound. They wind up being better than even, you know, some of the games that they were originally based off of. And then other time fan games are pretty terrible. You don't know which one you're getting until you try it. But this one was actually one of the really good ones. I don't know how long it is yet. I haven't, you know, played all the way through it or anything. And if it is truly difficult, like the Portmaster description says, maybe I'll have a hard time getting through it. That'd be cool. But because I have such a love for the base game, and this fan game is like true to the essence of the original game, I think I'm gonna continue playing this one even after this video. My only complaint is that it's a little bit quiet. I had the volume maxed out and I could still barely hear it. I'm sure it'd be fine with headphones, but through the speakers I could barely hear it at all. I'm sure you can't even, it's not even getting picked up on the microphone. But it's got the original music, or it might not be the original music, but like, you know, covers of the original music. But it's got all the feels of the original, and I love it. OmniSpeak is an open-source re-implementation of Commander Keen in Goodbye Galaxy. Episode 4 and 7 are included. Files are required for 5 and 6. I don't know about you, but Commander Keen is one of those games that I hear mentioned all the time, but I really don't know anything about it, and I need to get into it. It was from a time and a system that I wasn't really a part of, but I know it holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts, and I need to give it a true shot. As you may have noticed in the top right of the screen, I also tried this one on the Trim UI brick, and it also wouldn't boot. I'm sensing a theme. So, it would actually boot. You can hear the music playing, and I can hear button clicking sounds. You know, I'm activating menu buttons, but there's, you know, the screen is just black. But it worked just fine on the old H700 running MuOS. So like I said, episodes 4 and episode 7, which I believe episode 7 is a fan game, they're included for free and they're ready to run. And if you want episodes 5 and 6, you can get them on Steam for $5, or GOG for $5. Nuclear Blaze is the other video game developed by Sebastian, I forget his last name, the guy who was the lead developer on Dead Cells. He left that studio and founded his own studio called Deep Night Games, and he published Nuclear Blaze, a 2D action firefighting game by Deep Night Games. Fight through a mysterious military facility as an elite firefighter, rescuing survivors and battling increasingly dangerous blazes. You can see I messed up on this graphic a little bit. I have the cost as free or $9.99. It's not free. That's a mistake on my part. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I had never heard of this game before this port came out. Have you? It's got an awesome art style. I've mentioned all the time that I'm a sucker for really good pixel art, and this game has really, really good pixel art. And it has a 96% positive rating on Steam. That is no easy feat. Sebastian seems to just really know what he's doing when it comes to making games. I unfortunately can't buy this one to try it out right now. As soon as it goes on sale though, I'm getting it, and if it goes on sale anytime soon, I will mention that in the comments down below. Thus ends my personal recommendations for this month. Please enjoy all the other ports that came out in the rest of this video. That's all the time that we have for now. Say goodbye to the people, Charles. Charles, say goodbye. There you go. Bye, everyone.